welcome all those who have joined us in this Zoom meeting, as and also those who are watching us live on YouTube or Facebook. So we have three panelists today who are going to talk about their experiences, and also they are going to give you good suggestions. We will start a session with Sambhavi Sharma. She has been pursuing her PhD in Transportation System Engineering at Korea Railroad Research Institute. She will be covering on how to search for the professors and college universities you intend to apply and how to fill in the application form. So, Sambhavi, the screen is yours. Hello.
Yeah, sorry, actually, your voice was inaudible.
Okay. Now it's clear. Can you hear me?
It's clear, it's clear. Yeah, I can hear you. Um, Hi everyone, my name is Shambhavi. Currently, I am pursuing PhD in Transportation System Engineering at Korea Railroad Research Institute. So I will be covering the part where I will let you know how to find a professor and how to search about your specific major, and then how to fill application form. So just a moment, I will share my screen. Can you enable screen sharing?
Just a minute. Yes, you can see now.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. So, for example, if you want to apply for professor scholarship, University of Science and Technology is one of the top institutes which offer the same program. So for this, what you can do is you just go to its website, which is ust.ac.kr, and then you can either go under majors. So I'll explain. So when you click on majors, different major will appear. Okay, click here, and then you can see they have a major by campus, and as per your for example, if you want to go to AI, you can choose different section as well. For example, if you want to go as per institute, then you can choose any one of them. For example, my major is Korea Railroad Research Institute. So you can go here. It's somehow, hold on. 1 minute. I'll reshare. Just a minute, there is some glitch in the system. Okay. Yeah. I'll reshare my screen. Yeah. So what you can do is, for example, you can choose any institute. Let's for example, let's choose a KPRI. Okay, we will choose Copri. So what you can do is you can find about different information related to the institute, and here you will see admission guide. You can go to the website. You can see different application form, and uh, so in Korea, usually you have admission twice, one for fall semester, one for spring semester. So for this year, the application for fall semester will start in August. Okay. So every college, be it UST, or be it, for example, you can go for SNU as well. Every college opens their portal, and um, twice in a session. So you can go to their website, and for different major, different professors offer their courses. Okay. So for a master course, you will apply in graduate program, like graduate level program, and for PhD school, you that will also come under graduate. For bachelor's, if you want to apply, you can apply under undergraduate program. So when you open here, uh, just a minute, there is some glitch. Hold on. I'm so sorry. Yeah, yeah. So you can see that here, when you go to SNU, you can choose your, for example, if you are opting for biological sciences, you can go to its web page. Here you can see faculty member, like current professors, and you will see different profile of different professors. For example, if you want to apply for under biological sciences, you can choose one professor. Now what you can do is, this is his website, his lab website, and this is his personal email ID. So either you can email him directly, or you can visit his lab info, check if his work and your area of interest, they both match. Like for example, he is working on implementation of deep learning in biology field. Like, so basically, if you are an AI major and if you have undergrad knowledge of biological sciences, then you can apply in his lab. Okay, so what you can do, so similar way, you can find different professor. Like this, I informed you for you for SNU. Similar way, you can find about Yonsei or any other institute. For example, Korea University, you can go to its main website. Okay, and since you will be applying for a PhD, what you can do is you can check in schools, different section will appear. Like for example, if you want to apply for College of Engineering, what you can do is you can just click on College of Engineering, and you can look under different departments, which department you want to apply, because there are many fields, and you can find different professors. Like just go to their website and you can find. So now if we are talking about like as I said, here in SNU, you can choose similar way, you can choose different, for example, if you are opting for this earth and environmental science field, you can again go to their website, choose professor, look into his profile. You will find different faculty section, you will see different professors. You can read, go through their profile, and you will find, like for example, let's go here. This professor is working on climate physics. This is his email ID, and everyone has their lab website. So what you can do is you can check their website, lab website, uh, and from here you can copy his email ID, and you have to make an email. Before making an email, what you can do is you can open Google Scholar and check. So for example, if you want to apply under this professor, okay, you can copy his name and you can cut paste his name, and you can see usually all the Korean professor, they upload their recent work on their lab portal, website portal, and you can look into their work. You can design your brief introduction and study proposal, and you have to make a simple email, because Korean professors are not that good in English. Like, they can communicate, but they are not that uh, they don't speak that good English. So what you can do is, you can just draft a simple email telling them that you want to apply in their lab in this particular field, and you can attach your CV, your brief in work proposal, that what you want to do. And one more tip is, you should schedule your email around 9 p.m. on Monday, because usually most of the professor, they don't work on Friday. So it's better, if you want them to read your email, so you should schedule it on Monday. So Indian time, 5:30 a.m., just schedule it. And usually they reply. If they want to take you, they will apply. Apply. Like, they will reply to your email. And so right now, we don't have, like, as I showed you about different admission guide. So this is for fall semester. Like, so you can find similar kind of brochure for every university. So overall, it's similar, like, everything is same with a little bit difference. Okay, so for a PhD, you must have your masters from India, or any other university, or any other country. You must have your masters degree, which should be apostille. And for integrated program, they do not need your master's degree. You must have your bachelor's degree. And you must have a English language exam, which is either IELTS or TOEFL. Like, you can choose anyone. So I'll just briefly go over this. So for doctoral program, you have, so in most of the university, they do not accept provincial degree. So you must have your original degree. Like, sometimes they do accept, sometimes they don't. So you need to consult it with the management team of your university if you are applying. And as I mentioned, for integrated program, bachelors will work. And every time they have different timeline. So for example, um, first you have to fill online stuff, and every university have few questionnaire. You need to fill that questionnaire. After that, you need to attach all your documents. And then first round will be the screening. After that, usually interview occurs, or if professor agrees, usually you get admission. And for example, if you want to cancel your admission, then also they have some window for that. And you can choose your institute. So every university has this guideline. There are bit differences, but for professor scholarship, if professor agrees, just visit his lab website. If he agrees, if he's interested in taking you, then that won't be an issue. I hope this part is clear. That's all from my side. Now I'll hand over to Mr. Ashwin.
Um, Thank you, Sambhavi. It was a really nice presentation, because she just started uh, from the basics, and it was like she showed the website and how to see the professors and all. So it was indeed quite interesting. And just give me a minute. There's something popping up all the time. Yeah. So thank you, Sambhavi, once again for this such a detailed and informative presentation. It will definitely help the other students who are actually looking forward to come to Korea and study PhD. Next, our second speaker would be Rahul Yadav.
Hi, is it okay if I address some questions? or we will like, do I need to
Yes.
reply
So
him?
yes, sorry, I didn't mention that. So what we'll do that at the end of the session, we will have like 15 minutes question and answer session. So if the panel, if the participants want to answer some means ask some questions, you are free to answer it at the end of the session. So let the flow go now in a proper way. But you can also do in the chat. If they in the chat, if they ask some questions, please feel free to answer them at that time. Coming to our second speaker, Rahul Yadav, he's been doing his PhD in Material Science and Engineering at Chonnam National University. He'll be covering on what is means how to write a cover letter, how to make one template, how to form a statement of purpose, and how to make one. You can all make this into one template. What is the study plan? How and is there some disturbance from the backside? Because I'm hearing some sound. If somebody is switched on, they are just unmute it, please, because there is some disturbance I'm hearing. Okay, so I invite Rahul to take on the screen, and that's all. The screen is yours. I think somebody should unmute it, please, because I don't know that. Okay, anyway, I will unmute this guy because if it's not. Okay. So I think Rahul. Rahul, you have to unmute yourself. We cannot hear you. Okay, perfect. Yeah.
My screen is visible?
No, it's we have done the multiple sharing, but we have, I don't see your screen.
Actually, here I have shared, but okay, now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm Rahul Kumar Yadav, a graduate student in Chonnam National University, and I will cover here how to write a cover letter, and after that how to write a statement of purpose, and then how to write your study plan after getting a position, after getting or after confirming a professor. Means firstly you have to search a professor for professor scholarship. After that when you select a professor, then you have to write a cover letter, you have to write a SOP, you have to write your study plan to mail that professor, so that that professor approve your plan and accept you as a professor. So first would be what is your motivation, then cover letter, statement of purpose, study plan, and then I have shared.
सुनो ना, मुझे काम का वो लाके दो.
Okay. Then what is your motivation? Why you want to study in Korea? Professor's first question is that why you want to study in Korea. So you have to know why you are going to choose any university, or what is your abilities and what you will contribute to that university or that professor's group. So you have to know these by just searching that professor's website, what they are doing. So you have to add these things in your CV and your SOP kind of thing, so that you can impress that professor. this should be your motivation. And also one important thing, just try to check the group of that professor and try to find someone which you can contact directly, like student or PDF, and check some things about that group, and that would be beneficial while writing to professor. And then what is cover letter? I am showing here on a screen a template cover letter, how you can write cover letter. So in first part, you have to write your interest and what position you want in that group. And then second, you have to write your skills, what you have learned till now and how you will work with all your track records. Then particularly you have to write about that particular lab where you are going to work. You have to search something that these are the like you are going to work on a solar cell, like energy material. So when you search that lab, check whether they are working on your specified topic or not. When you find that topic is relevant, so you have to a little modify that, like there are a lot of things in energy. You want to work in energy material and there are a lot of things, so you have to a little change your profile according to that lab. Then after that, you have to thank that professor in advance and in your cover letter like this. And do not try to write a lot things here when especially you are going to apply in Korea, because in writing you can write, but when try to speak or when you are going in interview, do not try to use very difficult English, because here professors English are little poor. Then statement of purpose, how you can write a statement of purpose. Here also, when you start a SOP, just start like in which project you are going to work, and then what is the scope of that project, then what would be the timeline, means in how many pages your project would be completed. Then description of all the projects, means pages of all the project. In first page what you will do, in second page what you'll do, in third, fourth, continue, and in last you have to end your SOP with a conclusion. Here is a template of SOP. And after that, you have to write study plans. And I have given here two samples of study plans. You can go through. And in your study plan, there would be a clear flow. Like if you are going to apply, means if you are going to apply for PhD, then you have to establish a research question and object kind of thing. Then you have to go through a literature review and then define your research and methodology. Then you have to collect, you have to perform experiment and collect data. And after that, the main thing is, when you collect data, just try to support your insight, what you have think in starting. Like you have planned that I am going to do experiment like energy material. In energy material, you are going to do an experiment, and you have planned that I will improve the efficiency of this material. So what outcome you get from your experiment, try to support your hypothesis, what you have made in starting. It doesn't matter you have achieved record or not, but try to relate your hypothesis by your data by comparing other literature reported earlier. And if you are undergrad student, you have to make a study plan, like you have to set a goal, you have to create a schedule, and you have to plan a study session, and then you have to use your resources, like how you will try to interact with professor, classmate, academic advisors, etc. And I have given here 2 study plans, so you can check these. I think my session is this much, and if anyone have question, can ask. Thank you.
So thank you, Rahul, for this very informative presentation that you gave. In fact,
can I stop sharing my screen?
Yes, you can.
Okay, thank you.
And it was very nice to see that the cover letter, the importance for the cover letter. Actually, it's really important when we are applying to a professor. We should be very careful with the cover letter. He very nicely explained the different parts, how you write it, about your skills. He explained about the project plan. And I hope the participants notice that both the speakers mentioned one point very clearly. That is, you keep your letter short in English, because that's very true in Korea. The English is, some professors are very good, but some professors are lacking the standard. And so I'm thankful for the speakers to really mention this and give emphasis on this point. Our third speaker would be Mohammad Abu Shazer. He's been doing his PhD in material science and engineering at Kitech, UST. He will be covering on how to write an email and what files you should attach when emailing a professor. He will also talk about the difference between CV and resume. He will also explain you CV, like how to write your CV, what to include in your CV. He will talk about other documents that may be necessary and other things like getting notarized or apostille for your documents. So I would invite Mohammad, and the screen is yours.
Okay, thank you, Ashwin. Hello, everyone. Thank you for this opportunity. My name is Mohammad Abu Shazer. I'm pursuing my PhD in the stream of mechanical engineering. I'm basically working on the computational fluid dynamics of turbo machinery. So I'll start with sharing my screen. So everybody can see my screen, right?
No, actually, we cannot.
Okay, let me again.
Yes, now we can see.
Okay. So firstly, I'll be covering the art of writing an engaging email to professor, because this would be the first impression to the professor that what exactly field are you supposed to from, and what is your nature of writing. So starting with the mastering art of writing an engaging email to professors for master's or doctoral admission. So first of all, so setting the stage, what is going on in this presentation I'm discussing here, like writing an effective and engaging email to get admission in a higher studies program is a skill that requires perfection. So in this presentation, I'll be explaining the art of writing an effective email and how to make useful attachment to get an admission in especially Korea. So coming to the email etiquette. So as everybody, as Shambhavi and also Rahul, as well as Ashwin already mentioned, that the English quality of Korea's professor is slightly, some professor is very good, but some professor English are slightly lacking. So what you need to do is that you don't need to use very jargon or slang words. Just make it very simple email so that the professor could get your highlights that this person is working in this field and is seeking the admission for the PhD or master's, whatever you want. So these are the do's and don'ts. So everybody already explained that keep the SOP and cover letter everybody concise and polite. Similarly, the email also, it should be very concise and polite. And I'm more emphasizing on polite because the words of English will be chosen very smartly so that it could reflect the politeness of your writing. So, and avoid using jargon or slang that may be interpreted as disrespectful or careless. And remember to thank the professor especially, and if they take time to respond. So I already mentioned that they'll make the language easy. It will not be the English writing competition. Okay, so crafting an engaging subject. So what happened in here that a well-crafted engaging subject line can make a huge difference. So you have to have put a very clearly mention your subject of field with the professor's field so that he can relate the field of study of yours to him and he can grab you, or so he can take uh, initiative to further read your email. So, and summarize the purpose of your email in few words to grab the professor's attention. Give a hint by being a creative and clear so that the professor can identify whether you should give importance, he should give importance to the email or not. So it should be very important to craft your subject line very clever, very like you have to be so clever to give this in a very few words and very easy word. Try to choose very easy words so that he or she can understand very easily your field of study. Now, in trying to be personal, you have to give your introduction also. So start your mail with a personalized introduction so that the professor can relate to you. Make sure to include your name, interest, and relevant qualifications and experience aligned to the professor's research work. Also, it is a good idea to mention any mutual acquaintances who might be known. This is very important, especially in Korea. You must if you have some common links or some common contacts, that would be very helpful for getting admission in Korea. So if you are having that contact, then you must put the name in the email also. And emphasizing the research interest. So this also very important, like why you are the best candidate for the course. This has to be written in that email, but very concise as already stated earlier by me. So, and that you are planning to approach the project will give a more personalized touch to the email. And finally, the documents attached that I'll be explaining later on here. And what your accomplishments till now. So you should have to you make sure to include your most successful accomplishment in the past. Clearly state how your research interest overlap with the professor AL. And if you plan to apply for scholarships, it will be great if you can mention your experience in the field of research. This will give the professor an insight into your capabilities. And lastly, so you must have to show your gratitude and availability. Be sure to express your gratitude, and you should also make it clear to the professor that you are available and willing to answer any queries at any time. This can boost your chances of getting admitted, as the professor will be impressed by your openness and punctuality. And also, before clicking the send button, you must read that is there any grammatical error or some extra words are there. So try to remove that error, and after that you can send the email. And the attachment, talking about the attachment with the mail, you must attach like your CV. You might have also attached transcript, your SOP, LOR at this time, if the professor is asking, or if maybe usually in the case of Korea, especially with the person who I know in Korea, so they usually what they are asking that the letter of recommendation they ask after the communication of the mails. So LOR is also optional, and the research plan is also optional. But the transcript and SOP is very important along with the CV when you are sending the email. And it should be a proper format, not like in PDF. It should be in a proper PDF format so that your seriousness could be reflected to the professor. And the talking about the follow-up strategy, so give them time to respond. Make sure to keep follow-up emails timely, yet not pushy. And patience and politeness should be taken into consideration. So this is all about the emailing the professor. Now I'll be loving to discuss about the difference between the CV and resume. This is also the template. I'll share this template to the group after the presentation. So you can see the subject that inquiry regarding PhD admission opportunities, and you can, as I already explained, the way of the writing the email. Each section describe the same ways, and at the end you have to like enter your name and contact information, which is very important, and this could be the final, and then you can send the email to the professor. Now talking about the CVs and resumes. So what happened here is, in general, like a big difference is CV is basically used for the academic purposes in general. Even in some companies or some professional working situations also need CV, but CV is a whole about you. You have to put everything in your CV, which is obviously in the parameter of the academics, not outside of the academics, but you have to put everything in the CV. But in the resume, it is very concise, which is based on a particular role or a particular role of a company. Is this resume is basically, most of the time it is used in the case of companies which are hiring somebody, which have different posts, or these some jobs they are uh, advertising. So based on that advertisement, resumes are made. So this is a very basic difference between the CV and resumes. So resume must not be more than 1 to 2 pages, but the CV can be up to 5 pages. It not been there are not foundation of the CV, but not exceed to the 5 or 4 pages. So that also taken into consideration. So the as I already explained, that the key differences, lengths and scopes are like executive level resumes are more succinct and brief, ranging from 1 to 2 pages, while CVs tend to lean towards the longer side, ranging from 2 to 5 pages. And CVs are specifically aiming to provide a full scope of candidates for academic purposes. CVs are widely used. And talking about the components, detailed breakdown of the CV. So from contact information to education, work experiences, to research and volunteering experience, some scholastic achievements, whatever you have done in your past, you must have to enter in this particular CV, so that anybody can look into your CV and have the idea what have you done in your past. So this is very important for regarding the CV. And for PhD admission, this CV is very important because CV can make you differentiate from other candidates. If your CV is very good, then it is you have a greater chance to get admission, especially in Korea. And talking about the resume components, I have already stated that it is very concise, and it is basically written based on the job requirements that the company or somebody else is hiring on. And what you have to do and do nots in the common pitfalls is like, follow the rules of design and focus on writing clear and concise content, and don't overburden the document with too much heavy information, and don't attach a cover letter. Also, a cover letter to a CV and vice versa, it is very important. If you are adding a cover letter, do not attach the CV, because this cover letter also highlighting your whatever you have done in the past. So as already Rahul has informed about the cover letter, so it is very important whether if you are adding CV or if you are adding a cover letter for the email especially. So till now, this is the end of my presentation. And talking about the other required documents. So other required documents, when you are needed after you are already screened for the admission. So after when you are screened out for the admissions, so you need to have your transcript, you need to have your certificate, which has to be apostille for the admission in Korea. And for the apostille procedure, you can go through the Ministry of External Affairs, but that also could be a very lengthy procedure because of the government has so many things put on this apostille procedure. So there are many external service agencies are available online also as well as offline also in Delhi, in every state, I think in every uh, city. So they, on behalf of yours, you can just you just provide the documents required by them and just pay a little amount, and they will get apostille for you, and you can definitely you can submit that apostille transcript certificate, which is also used for the visa application also. You can submit it to the university and you can get the admission easily. Thank you for the patience, and if any query is there, I would like to.
Thank you, Mohammed, for this very nice presentation. In
Thank
fact,
you.
the importance of email is really, really nice, because the first thing the professor will read is your email, the subject line. He also mentioned, like, keep it very simple, respectful, and be thankful. So these things, actually, it's good that he really emphasized on it, because these things really matter in Korea. And it was very nice. You talked about CV, resume, and all. I hope the participants enjoyed or they liked this whole session. Now we will open the session for question and answers. I already see that there are 2-3 questions for Sambhavi. So what do I ask the participants is that first try to raise your hands so that I can know, like, two people don't come together. Then I can call out your name and then you can ask the question. So whoever wants to ask a question, feel free to raise their hands and ask. Okay, so Monica wants to ask a question. Monica, unmute yourself and you can ask.
Good afternoon, sir, and all the dignitaries here. I'm Lakshmi Monica from India and working as a radio jockey in All India Radio. So, before that, I would like to know is international relations is eligible for the scholarships, because I have already have the experience of asking professors regarding the eligibility of this professor scholarships, but there's always the negative reply which I got. There are no such scholarships for arts or humanities students. So could you please say something about it?
Uh, yeah, there are scholarships. So this is polite way of professor telling you that currently he doesn't want to take you. So basically, when you are applying to any Korean professor, just keep 3 things in mind. First one is, if the professor says he's out of fund, that means he's politely declining your application. Second thing, he will say that he's not taking any student, or simply he will say that he doesn't know about any kind of this scholarship. So what you can do is, as I mentioned, just go to his website. Like, until and unless your email and CV is really extraordinary, they do not prefer taking any student. Can you allow sharing screen?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, okay, sure. I can share now. So, as I was mentioning even earlier, like, you can go under graduate school programs. I think your section will be covered either in social studies or in law. You will have to check for different major under different major, and then you can open your home page. You can choose the professor. You can go to his website, like this is his website, And someone also asked how to know if he has a students or if what work they are doing. So what you can do is just go through the briefing. So these are the typical things which will be required in order to work in this lab. So you must know about bioinformatics, big data, and I think gene processing and other stuff. Also, if you want to know currently what they are doing, like if you want the professor to reply to your mail, you must check his current work. So you can see his recent paper. So his recent paper is related to something related to RNA, and his last work was also related to virus. And so basically, if someone from biology wants to apply in Korea, then he should read this paper, pick some points. And I also mentioned you can just type his name, professor's name in Google Scholar, find his current work, what he is doing, and just pick some bits and bits and pieces, and then add it into your email. Someone also asked me how to know if they have students and or not. So usually when you go to their website, you can find everything about the lab, current ongoing research, like what are their research, about professors, about members, how many current members they are having. So you can see these all are students. So I think they are only bachelor's. BS is bachelor students. So either they are in masters or they are in PhD. Okay, and you must read his current work. Say similar thing goes with different institute. Like this was for SNU, this one is for UST. For example, you like if you want to check for AI, you can just click, like I just showed you how to go to majors, and then again you want to know this is the institute. There are already 34 students and there are 14 faculties. So someone was asking how to know about professor. So all the website, they have all the information, like all the basic information. So you can check from here. For international relations, I know SNU, Hanguk University, and there is one more, Hankook University of Foreign Studies. They do offer this program. There are different universities in Busan as well, which offer this program. And also keep in mind, Korean professors and Koreans, they talk, like they literally talk. So when you are emailing a professor in one lab, please make sure to wait for at least 2 weeks to apply or to email to another professor from same lab. So that, because even if they, this way the professor won't, like you want to come here, you want to apply. So professors, since they talk, so they won't think that you are desperate, so they won't take you lightly. So for this, either you can apply to one professor from one university at once, and then different professor from different university at once, like keep it separate. Check your major, like which major is present available in which university. Like for engineering courses, you can apply to all the universities or all the institute with IST, like University of Science and Technology. You can see every institute has something. Korea Institute of Industrial Technology, Korea Institute of Science and Technology for engineering related field, or you can check DGIST, like or GIST, Guangzhou Institute of Science and Technology. So for these institutes, you can apply for engineering courses. For arts and other, you can choose proper university. Like I showed you how to do it for SNU, like this SNU, you can check for SNU. Similar way, you can check for Yonsei or and any other university. For arts, Hankook University and Hanguk University, they both offer these program. first shortlist the professors, email them, read about their lab, read about their current paper, add that in your CV. So you'll have to modify your CV every time you are emailing different professor, and keep your email very simple. Like for example, this is just a demo. Like I just email that I have done this is my CV. I simply attached my email, and the professor replied. If you are going to keep it complex, he or she might not reply. Okay, so just check his email ID, keep it very simple, and email everything attached in your CV, because if he's interested, and then he will tell you that so my like this professor told me that he is working in this field, so if you are interested, or if you want to work in that field, so you can apply. But before that, just check what his current work is going on. I hope I address most of the question which I got in direct message.
Okay, thank you, Sambhavi, for that. Anybody else who wants to? Okay, anybody wants to ask a question? Please raise your hands. And okay, so if nobody wants to ask a question, then I thank all the speakers for their effort and participating in this program. And we also thank the Indian Overseas Congress of Korea for organizing this event. So the emails have been shared of the speakers. You all can also write them mails and they will respond if you have some queries. So again, thank you and have a nice evening. Bye-bye.